We played around with DAX a bit and we have a rough idea on how these might work, but I think the foundation is not built yet. Therefore, it's time to dive into these basics in the next lectures, because there are some important key concepts you have to understand to really master DAX. One of these core concepts is the DAX reference, the official docs, which you can find right here. As easy it may sound, these will be your helpers through this journey into DAX. Of course, in this course, we will now build the foundation to make sure you have a general idea of the DAX language and how it works. But to dive deeper, you find great resources in the official docs, especially as you don't have to remember all functions, all features by heart. You just have to know how DAX works. This is what we will learn in the course, and then you can apply it according to your preferences and needs. Besides that, we'll have a look at the syntax now. The syntax of a DAX formula, which, well, is something like this. We have the formula name, and then we have something which we do, which we want the formula to do. And this syntax has to be explored a bit, because then you know how you can apply DAX in an easier and more structured way. Besides that, we will have a look at data types, of course. Data types would be a string or a number, just to give you two examples here. So these are the data types you can work with in DAX. Besides that, we have operators. Operators allow us to, well, interact with the different parts in our DAX formula. For example, a plus or a minus. If you want to add something or subtract something, well, then you have to use operators. And we'll have a look at functions, of course. Functions like concatenate, which we use to combine two strings, are one of the core concepts in DAX, as these allow you to apply very powerful calculations in a very easy and straightforward way. Now, these are all the DAX basics, so to say. These are the things you have to know to work with DAX. There are more advanced concepts available though. These advanced concepts are so-called DAX statements, which would be define, evaluate, order by, or var, which will then lead to DAX queries in the end. These are advanced features though, as I said, and for the purpose of this course, we will not focus onto these. It's just important for me that when you dive deeper into the documentation, for example, that you will find these topics and that you are aware of the fact that before you dive deeper here, you have to make sure to understand the basics first. Talking about these basics, let's have a look at the typical DAX syntax as a next step.